In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. But here's the thing. This morning, I want to start by talking to you about what happened before the beginning. For there to be a beginning, God had to do something. And what is the significance of what he did for us, which points really to the purpose of creation in its entirety. There's a few reasons why God created the world. He created it for his son, but really the number one reason why God created the world can be summed up in one word. He created it for the sake of relationship. God created the world for the sake of relationship. He created the world for the sake of connection. Why? Because if you had to define God by one attribute, the primary attribute, God is love. Ahava. And love by its very nature wants to give of itself. Love by its very nature cannot contain itself, right? You ever have that moment where you felt so in love with someone or so in love with God and it was like your heart was going to burst? There was just this overflow in your life and you're like, oh my God, I just have to just pours out of you, right? It's like the bride on her wedding day. You can just see the love for her groom on her face or the groom for the bride, and it just overflows. It just spills out. Love by its nature can't contain itself. Love wants to extend and expand itself. Pure love is expansive and pure love is inclusive. First thing God did in the very beginning is God had to create space. God had to create space. Means a simple idea, right? We know time plus space plus matter equals creation. It wasn't by chance, it was by divine design. God spoke and bang, it happened. There was a big bang, but it came from the Lord. So think about it. This is a picture before creation. Forgive my bad drawing, hopefully. This is before creation. Just an illustration. Don't take me as being heretical. This is God. Right? In the sense of God was all that was. There was nothing that wasn't God. Right? God was all in all. There was nothing but him in all of creation. God filled the entirety of everything that was. There was nothing else. It was all God. Okay? So the question is, if everything was all God, how did anything else come to be? God literally contracted in order to make space for anything other than himself to be able to exist. You can't be full of yourself and have room for meaningful, deep relationships with other people. And that's why so many relationships remain shallow, because there's so little space, there's only room on the surface. And if there's only room on the surface, I only have a space to get to know you a little bit and have you a little bit in my life. And those are shallow relationships. And the world is full of shallow relationships because we are living maxed out. And we are living on the margins of emotional and physical capacity, and we don't know anymore what it means to make space. Listen, part of the reason why God gave the Sabbath is to say to make space. One day, don't work, so you have space and time for family and relationship and me. Here's one of the greatest lessons that I hope all of us learn and understand. Friends, our entire life is for the purpose of relationship. I've never seen a U-Haul following a hearse. The Egyptians tried it. It didn't work so well for them. Their wealth is in museums on display. Even their children didn't even inherit it. They try to take it with them. Friends, this world is for relationship with God and with other people, and relationships are the primary way God transforms us and trains us to have quality in eternity. I promise you, on your deathbed, and I've been on many deathbeds with many people, no one on their deathbed ever says, man, you know what, I wish I spent more time working. I really wish I had that boat right now. I really wish I had that bigger house right now. I really wish I had that more expensive, gear right now. It's not what people are going to say. At that point, you say, man, I wish I invested more in relationship. Because the truth of the matter is that relationship is the only thing Messiah died for, and it's the only thing that lasts into eternity.